It was a bitterly cold December night in New York City. The kind that cut straight through wool coats and scarves, freezing bones and hearts alike. People rushed along the sidewalks, eager to escape the biting wind and retreat into warm apartments, restaurants, and taxis. But not everyone had such a place to run to. Near the back alley of a towering luxury building on Fifth Avenue, tucked between overflowing trash bins and a stack of discarded furniture, lay a small cardboard box, taped together, weathered, and damp. Inside it, shivering under a threadbare blanket, was a girl no older than 10. Her name was Lila. Her cheeks were flushed red from the cold, her tiny hands clutching a ragged teddy bear that had seen better days. She had dirt smudged on her face, and her sneakers had holes that let the frost in. Still, there was a strange light in her eyes, something defiant, something that refused to break, despite everything. Lila hadn't always lived in a box. Just 6 months ago, she had a small apartment, a mother who sang her to sleep, and a fridge that, while rarely full, never stood empty. But tragedy came like a thief in the night. Her mother, Maria, collapsed at work from an undiagnosed heart condition. No family stepped forward. The state placed Lila in a shelter, but it was cruel and frightening. So, one night, she ran. She ran with her teddy, a backpack of memories, and a strength far beyond her years. And now she slept in boxes. She begged during the day, ate scraps from behind diners, and trusted no one, except the stars above, where she believed her mother watched over her. Just across the street, inside a grand skyscraper suite on the 42nd floor, a man stared into a glass of scotch. Brandon Cole. 45. Billionaire. CEO of a global tech company. Ruthless in business, distant in life. He was the man Forbes called the machine for his cold efficiency. But tonight, he didn't feel like a machine. He felt hollow. It was the anniversary of his daughter's death. 8 years ago, a drunk driver stole her from him. She was 10. Same age as Lila. Brandon had built an empire since then, but the grief never left. He told himself emotions were for the weak. He buried himself in acquisitions, mergers, and spreadsheets, ignoring the gaping void in his chest. But tonight, the silence of the penthouse was deafening. He needed air. Without alerting his driver or security, Brandon grabbed a heavy coat and descended into the city alone. The wind slapped his face as he walked aimlessly, lost in memories. He wandered farther than he had in years, no bodyguards, no assistants, just a grieving father in a billion-dollar coat. And then he saw her. A movement near the trash bins. His eyes narrowed. A child? Brandon crossed the street cautiously. There, in the cardboard cocoon, was Lila, curled up, barely breathing. Her lips were blue. "Hey, hey," he called, kneeling. "Are you okay?" Lila stirred, blinking up at him. Her first instinct was fear, adults meant trouble. She backed deeper into the box. "Don't be scared," Brandon said, his voice softer now. "I'm not here to hurt you. Are you alone?" She didn't speak. He took off his coat, wrapping it gently around her shoulders. "What's your name?" Still nothing. Just those eyes, wide, frightened, and familiar. Then he saw it. The teddy bear. Torn. Faded. But unmistakable. His breath caught. It was his daughter's bear. He stared, stunned. Years ago, when he donated his daughter's things to a children's home, this bear was among them. His assistant had made the arrangements. "Where did you get this?" he whispered, more to himself than to her. Lila hugged the bear tighter. "My mama gave it to me," she said hoarsely, finally speaking. "Said it came from an angel." Brandon's knees buckled. He sat on the sidewalk, speechless. This girl. This child in the gutter. Holding the one thing that had once belonged to his baby. And calling it a gift from an angel. It was as if the universe cracked open in that moment. Brandon didn't care who saw him. He wept. Tears poured down his face, years of guilt and pain crashing like waves. For the first time since his daughter died, he felt something again. He looked at Lila. Truly looked at her. She was more than a girl in a box. She was a message. A second chance. Without another word, Brandon gently scooped her up in his arms. "Where are we going?" she asked weakly. "Home," he said.